roll a beat. Hi guys, welcome back to the videos. Just before we get started, I just want to mention that I have a referral page and the link will be down below if you want to go support that way, or you want to support through the GoFundMe. Any donations are greatly appreciated. Okay, so today I wanted to talk once more about some of the videos I've been watching on King Kong consciousness, or as you know, Dr. Umar's videos. His last video, actually one of the most recent videos, was him talking about relationships. You know, I actually wanted to go to one of his events. He does a lot of free events too, which is cool, but I'm not sure if I would be invited or if I'm welcomed there. So you guys can just comment below and let me know if I should get a ticket or anything. I feel like I'm just gonna get called out, or maybe it's not my place to be. So when it comes to relationships that he talks about, I don't think I'm even one of the races he would even consider. I'm sure if you're longtime fans of his or you watch a lot of his videos, you know, he wants to grow the community. I definitely understand. He wants to repopulate and this and that. And so I think he would only consider people of the same race, which is totally fine. I totally understand what he's talking about. I don't know if that's truly a possibility, and something that would totally happen in the future. I don't know, because getting people on the same page, unless you're living in Africa or something and that's basically what you're surrounded with, but the chances here, or chances of a more like international setting, I don't know how long that would take for that to happen. And I don't understand what he's saying. You know, that's fair, I give him his credit, but it's KKK, Klansman, type thinking, because you literally, or maybe it's not necessarily, but just like repopulating only one race. Something about that, thinking that you want to create a country within a country or create a majority, that makes it, to me, seems like you're trying to dominate, thinking that your race is better than any other races, sort of, a little bit. Okay, so regarding the relationships part, I mean, I do agree with him on some of the points, such as like if your partner is not cooking for you, does not know how to cook, and he refers to like a female partner, that you would definitely have to learn. And I would say like a lot of men out there love to cook, love to eat. And so that would actually be a bonus. I think a lot of people, like, their love language is food, so that wouldn't be like such a bad idea. At least like know the basics. And then he doesn't go on like too much about it, but like one of the reasons also like why your partner wouldn't cheat on you, wouldn't go searching somewhere else, is that if you knew how to cook or had some culinary skills, which, you know, makes sense to me. That's why they have cooking classes out there. Okay, last thing is that I was thinking about doing like kind of like a public service sort of thing, which might be really fun. I've been listening to a lot of like Ryan's Roses, which is like a segment that Kiss FM Los Angeles has, and so they, in that segment, they they kind of do prank calls, but not really. They try to find out if the husband's cheating, and so they have a whole story, and they call up these people. I sort of want to do that. I don't know how these husbands are picking up the phone. Like, why would they pick up the phone they don't know the number to? And it's basically a setup. So, I mean, can everyone do it? Maybe, like, I definitely want to do it. I just got to figure out a strategic way to do it. But I kind of feel like it would be a great service for a lot of ladies out there who have questions. And I've been there before, where you just need to catch them off guard and just figure out, and then go from there, figure out what to do. You just have a question like unanswered, you have a gut feeling. So if you guys want to comment below, I'll take any suggestions about how to get that started, or
Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism, good Garvey Day, brothers and sisters.
See, before we go any further, were you sitting in the closet making the Umar video? I think she was sitting in the closet. I think she was sitting in the closet. Anyway, I don't know if the video that this young lady made was like a video trolling Umar, or she's just seeing different content or whatnot. But my suggestion: don't go up there to Wilmington, Delaware, or to any of his lectures. Don't do it. I know you. I don't know this lady's name. I have no idea of who this lady is. But I'm here to tell you: listen, do not go to any of his lecture events trying to, uh, I don't know, get inside look or something. Don't you know what happened the last time Umar and his Goonie goons thought they had ran up on ran up on some people? As a matter of fact, just in case y'all forgot, let me show you. This is why I say don't do not go up there. Leave Umar alone. Make your little videos on YouTube and leave it be. Y'all remember this?
Again, these are children who play with us today. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Did y'all see the lady with the boy? She was finna pop your ass with the arrow, boy. She was finna pop your ass with the She was finna get your ass.
Oh, Lord, I said he's still my brother. Okay, y'all was making jokes about what?
That's next prize.
Hold on, man. We gotta run that back.
Tablet.
You see that?
Exciting, right? So that is going to go to Omar Goodwin.
If you don't want to be greeted with a bow and arrow, I suggest you just go ahead and just make your videos. Don't buy no tickets. Just leave that situation alone, because he got a real bow and arrow squad, and they don't take kindly to uh non Umar Johnson supporters. So I'm just putting it out there. It's a lady that's the head of the security team, and her superpower and weapon is a bow and arrow. And she will get in your ass. Praise Mama Oya. Now let us y'all know I'm crazy, man. Let's go ahead and get back into what we was watching. I'm ready to see what he talked about last night. I'm pretty sure it's stupid. We're about to look. Hold on. Let's see. All right, here we go.
This is
This is Dr. Umar. You know I gotta put my disclaimers up. This video we're watching fair use, comment, criticism, comment, news reporting. This is what the people call scholarship, and I don't know why. But let's get into it.
Dr. Umar Ifatunde, your certified school psychologist, doctor of clinical psychology, minister of education and mental health for the African race. Tonight, we are doing a late edition of the Black Parent Teleconference. I repeat, tonight, we are doing a late edition of the Black Parent Teleconference. If you are a Black parent and you have an issue regarding your child education or mental health, you can text my cell phone number at this time. Please text your name.
The reason why
city.
the reason why I keep taking the bottle off the screen is because this is a baby alligator head around his neck. So I don't know if he gonna be doing a little funny. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to I do it like that. All right.
And state, and I will call
Let's
you.
play the video like
again.
this.
Parents, text your first name. You don't have to use your real name if you don't want to. Text me your name, your city, and your state to 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, and I will call you so that we can discuss your concern with your 989-9858. Make sure it is your name, your city, and your state, and I will call you so we can discuss the issue with your child. We are not going to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse tonight, although I will be talking about him in a separate live. We will not be talking about the Ahmaud Arbery case, although I will be talking about that in a separate live. We will not be talking about the two brothers, one of which is now an ancestor who was falsely accused and now exonerated from the charges of having played a role in the assassination of the late great revolutionary pan-Africanist Malcolm X, El Hajj Malik El Shabazz. We will talk about that, but not tonight. Tonight is dedicated
All
to
right.
helping parents
Tonight
save
is
their
the
children.
night
I said
to help
tonight
parents.
is
Here you go.
dedicated to helping parents save their children. Tonight is dedicated to helping parents save their children.
Now understand, we have a copy of Black Parent Advocate. We have a copy of Black Parent Advocate, and so do these individuals. But this is the book that he says is going to save Black children. Listen, people. Listen, people. When I tell you that book is it's a huge paperweight. It's a big paperweight. You paying $50. Even Will Smith's new book don't cost $50. I understand people will say, "Well, it's to save Black children." Mm, You get a copy of that book, and if you are a real scholar and you read that, that's a joke. And it can't be meant to save Black children. Is there two different copies of the book? One that saves Black children, and then one that pretends it saves Black children. Because so you're saving Black children from white supremacy, the school to prison pipeline. I'm not understanding this. Then you got the I'm not sure if she's Asian or whatnot. You got man, you got a lot going on. But that book is laughable. It's laughable at best.
If you are a parent with an issue with your child, education, or mental health, you can call my phone. Excuse me, text my phone. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. Text me your name, city, and state. We are saving the children tonight. As you listen to these issues that the parents are bringing forward, I want you to keep in mind that many of you are about to go out and spend millions of
Oh
dollars on
man,
Christmas gifts,
is this
but
your
yet we
yearly
don't have
address?
schools for our children. Many of us are about to go out and spend millions on Christmas gifts, but yet we don't have schools for our children. So as you listen to these cases that I help our parents with tonight, be mindful that Black Friday is coming up this week. Be mindful that in 4 days,
There you go.
the largest Black shopping spree of the year will take place while our children are being miseducated, special educated, medicated.
Oh man, but yet you still ain't opening the school to save them. Accountability. You got to take accountability. If DMG should have been open, we should have a graduating class by now. It should be a graduating class. It should be Marcus Garvey summa cum laude. How do you say the word? You should have all type of Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey valedictorians all over the place. It should be just a Black History extravaganza going on right now, but it's not happening. As a matter of fact, the Black Party for next year is getting more planning and attention than the school that you supposed to be opening. That's what makes it so sad.
Juvenile adjudicated, psychologically frustrated, and exterminated while we buy millions of dollars in Christmas gifts with almost no schools for our children. Millions of dollars in Christmas gifts and almost no schools for our children. Millions of dollars in Christmas gifts.
And millions of dollars collected by you, and the school is still not open. You can't clown one and not the other. Millions of dollars spent in Christmas gifts and millions of dollars donated, and still no school. I mean, is the school opening this year?
Nope.
Is there going to be HVAC in 2 weeks?
Nope.
We can start taking bets. What do you think? What do you think the excuse will be for the HVAC not showing up?
In almost no schools for our children. So let me see if we have a parent to start us off, because tonight is a special end of the school year, the calendar year, pre-fall break edition of the Black Parent Teleconference.
This is gonna
Hello.
be interesting.
How you doing?
Peace and love, brother. I need you to. Okay. He was just playing around.
Damn. I wish that would have went through. That would have been funny. Oh, oh yeah. I forgot to update you guys. Quick, real quick. did you recall? I said that I would reach out to Arthur Ralston, so he responded back. I gotta give him a call, and I believe we're gonna start talking about getting him on the show. I reached out to him, like you guys asked me to. I had asked, do you want me to bring Arthur Ralston back to back on the show for an interview? Majority of you said yes, please do it. So I reached out. Um, so now he wants me to give him a call. I'm gonna call him today, and we're gonna get that scheduled. So we will be doing another interview with the Truth, no, Dr. Truth, aka Dr. Truth, Arthur Ralston. So yes, he's coming back to the show. Wait a minute. 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 Hold on. Hold on. I gotta. I think I just heard something.
Let's see.
I did hear that right. Hmm. I wonder what Umar at. I wonder who house Umar. The reason why I say that is because of that famous church. Did y'all hear that? Let me run it back just a little bit again. I know y'all heard it.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm. How many of y'all have a chirping smoke detector because you refuse to change the damn battery, yo? I'm finna call all y'all out. If you have a smoke detector that's chirping in your house, you taking after that's Umar Johnson way. That's the way of Pan Africans. That's the way of the Pan Africans to have chirping smoke detectors. That's how y'all communicate. That's how y'all communicate. It's the conscious chirp. Change the damn battery. Don't go into 2022 with a chirping smoke detector. Change your damn battery. We must stop these evil. Man, we gotta stop this. Batteries for smoke detectors all year long. We ain't letting another chirp go down.
Hello.
Peace, brother Glenn, Dr. Umar. How
I
you
want to
doing, my
know how
brother?
many times we gonna hear that
How you
chirp.
doing, sir?
I'm well. I'm
Good to
well.
hear from you.
Likewise, my brother. Likewise, we're live on Facebook and Instagram with the Black Parent Teleconference Special Late Edition. And let me see here. I wanted you to just give me a brief summary, if you could, of your concern there, so I can respond to that.
Um, well, just to speak on what the issue is
See?
first.
I just heard it
The
again.
issue in Rutherford County, Tennessee, was a judge named Judge Donna Davenport, and she instituted these laws that were not necessary, that were legal in the state of Tennessee, that incarcerated children for it was under the premise of responsibility for not breaking up a fight or responsibility for not taking
I just heard it again.
over for it was a 5 and 6 year old kid, and they were fighting, and these children that were 8 and 10 or 11 years old were incarcerated for not breaking up that fight with those children. So, and when it came to that, the children were also in Tennessee. It was a 46% chance in Rutherford County, Tennessee, as opposed to a 5% chance in other parts of Tennessee that kids in that district would be incarcerated.
Okay. Well, I'm having trouble understanding.
I was just gonna say the same thing because Rutherford County is that's like next door to Davidson. That's the county. You got Davidson and you got Rutherford, and we call that area Smyrna. So I'm trying to figure out like what the hell is this dude talking about? Because when you get outside, you really don't want to get caught by the police outside of Davidson because Davidson is metro, and outside of Davidson, then everyone has their own force. They're not ran by metro, so I'm not understanding what the heck. I haven't heard anything about this. Like I'm I haven't heard anything about this. Not saying that it ain't real, but I'm just saying I don't even know what he's talking about. First of all, but hearing about some kids going to juvenile because they failed to break up a fight, I ain't even seen nothing like that in my timeline on Facebook. So I'm trying to like, what are you talking
Now, first of all, children cannot be compelled to break up a fight on school grounds. In fact, children are actually in most school districts not allowed to break up fights in the school. And I can't possibly understand how not breaking up a fight in on school grounds could result in you being arrested. That is amazing to me. That totally goes against the impulse and direction of everything I understand about school law and especially school discipline. Because usually, if you try to break up a fight, you can end up getting disciplined yourself. And the fact that they got arrested is absolutely insane. What I might need you to do, my brother, in your leisure, text me some links if you could. If there's been any news coverage on this
about?
story, I would like to look more at it because on the surface, it sounds absolutely
I
ridiculous
haven't
and
heard, and
illegal.
again, not
I don't
saying
see
that
how
it didn't
children could be
happen. I ain't heard
arrested for
nothing
not
about
breaking
that.
up fights. I've never heard of that being a punishment
People would be
in a code of
snapping
conduct.
off.
Uh,
I can't
Only
stop
that,
hearing
but the
that smoke
children,
detector.
not only that, but the judge is still serving as a judge in Tennessee, and those same kids would be subject to um, subjective punishment. So depending on how the judge felt and her constituents, she would give them a certain amount of time that she felt was, or she would
I gotta look.
stereotype them as far as if they seemed like they were deemed, and the children would be arrested based on those premises. I definitely will send you some links.
yeah, send me some links on that, my brother.
Because I've written, and I'm to the mayor or whatever. I haven't gotten a response yet, but I feel like this is not about my children at all. But I feel that I don't want to wait until it boils down to somebody that's close to me.
That's right.
I want to be able to make a difference.
That's right.
And help some other children so they won't have to experience that ever again.
Absolutely, my brother. I commend you for that, and I totally agree with you. Where you based at again, black man?
I'm in Richmond, Virginia. I'm actually a firefighter as well. I'm at work right now.
Okay, so you know how we do over here on the channel. And channel, thanks so much for checking us out today. We're just trying to help you get through work by following the Umar Johnson saga. And so, if you are new to the channel, this is called the Receipt Show, where I present to you information that I have found by way of research, um, investigating small investigations, nothing that I'm paying for, or anything crazy like that. Just I look through social media and check different websites to see if I can find some information. And so, since this dude called into Umar's show or Umar's questionnaire, bringing up um, a case of a judge fault some folks or kids, this is what I found. I found Tennessee judge jailed minors on bogus charges following playground fights, cursing. Now, I don't want to take a chance video or the video since this is not on YouTube. I could get hit with copyright. However, it reads that a new investigation by ProPublica and Nashville Public Radio has uncovered an alarming pattern of arresting and detaining elementary school children in Rutherford County, Tennessee. Some as young as 7 years old, some are arrested for playground fights or cursing. A disproportionate number of the children arrested were black. Lisa Desjardins gets more from Nashville Public Radio's Miraba Night. So I guess this is the entire. Let's see. Judge Woodruff. A new investigation by ProPublica and Nashville Public Radio has uncovered an alarming pattern of arresting and detaining elementary school children in one Tennessee county. Lisa Desjardins has the story. And she says Rutherford County, Tennessee has detained a record number of children, some as young as 7 years old, in past years. Some were arrested for playground fights, others for cursing. 2016 case, four elementary school age girls were detained for failing to intervene in a fight. A disproportionate number of the children involved and arrested were black. Mirabel Knight from Nashville Public Radio is the lead writer on the report, and she joins us now. Okay, so this is the script from the show. The focus is on this one county, Rutherford County, and a attorney there told you at one point some 500 kids he thought had been arrested by mistake and another 1,500 detained over a point of time as part of a jailing system that seems like it was subjective. Essentially, at points, police and judge were deciding it looked or how the kid was acting in a moment, whether they would be detained. At the center of your story is the arrest of 11 children surrounding great idea of a fight, who intervened, who didn't. Can Okay, so she asked, can you explain exactly what happened with those kids and how? So Mirabel Knight says, yes, essentially you set up really well. There were 11 children in all that were arrested for watching a fight. The two that were actually involved in fighting were so young, 5 and 6, that they were culpable for their actions, but the other children were. And they are arrested under the charge of criminal responsibility, which, as we outlined in the story, was not even a real charge. It's a prosecutorial theory. So one can't be charged with criminal responsibility. One can be say, hold on, one can be say charged with assault under criminal responsibility. But that's just the beginning of kind of the myriad of mistakes that happened in this case. Okay, so I wish I could just play the video. Wow, that's why I said I'm not gonna say it didn't happen, but I haven't heard anything like this. So keeping this under wraps. So okay, so was the brother trying to ask Umar a question related to what we just read, or I'm still confused as maybe he was just trying to bring attention
So,
to it or something?
but you know, I'm all about my people first. I love my people. I always wanted to make a difference for my people, and I know that it doesn't start strictly with complaining about the problem. I need to be the person that looks in the mirror as the person that creates the change.
Understood, my brother. Understood. I appreciate you, man. Keep me posted, and I should be coming to Richmond real soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, black man. Peace and Pan Africanism to you. Again, this is the Black Parent Teleconference Special Late Edition. If you have a question about your child, education, or mental health, you can text 215-989-9858, your name, city, and state, and I will call you. I repeat, text your name, city, and state, and I will call you. This is only for children. No questions, nothing political, nothing FDMG. This is all about children. 215-989-9858.
Wow.
Hello.
Good evening, Sister Desiree. This is Dr. Umar. How are you, Queen?
Hey, I'm doing fine.
All
I'm
right.
trying to reach you.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, I don't know if you actually deal with it because I was just listening to you live. So you say you deal mostly with like education and mental health. I guess this question would be considering education. I have some issues with my son. He's 13, will be 14 soon. And basically, I've been looking for like a program to get him into, but where I live, there are no programs as like good mentoring programs. There were a few. I did reach out and was not able to get help. One was the X for Boys, which was located in Albany, Georgia. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. That young man has been doing really great, helping a lot of the boys that were like in fatherless homes. They were like, getting into trouble. So I'm kind of starting to have the same issues for my son. And I'm looking for like a good mentoring program to get him in. He's been getting into trouble at school. He's actually gotten expelled from school recently. So is there anything that you could do to help me or assist me?
What you can do, good sisters, text me tomorrow. Um,
I'm laughing because that's a damn shame. It's not funny. Because folks will look to Umar like for real. She needs help, and she goes to Umar, and he's saying text her tomorrow, and a lot of times they push they put the person off because he really doesn't have solutions. I'm not saying that he didn't get back with the sister. I highly doubt it. I I highly doubt it. That's why he is pushing her off. Um, you have single mothers that will have issues with their sons, and they look to Umar. They hear how he speak, and the fact that he says that he's still working the school system. No, he's not. This man is not working the school system, and so they are using what they think they know about Umar to help them with their situation, and man, it's sad. If he had any ideas, he could just you could try big brothers and big sisters, and you know, look in your church local. You can go to the public libraries, see if they have anything posted. You go to centers. You know, some people don't have a core uh like family type structure. Like for me, we had church. You know, back in the day, you know, everybody was going to church. And now these days, I don't know. It's like this is why we got to stop all this independent. I can do everything on my own because you isolate yourself in such a way to where it's just you, your children, and your focus is on money or getting money so y'all can keep living and surviving. But there's other core factors that are missed, and so such as this situation, like it's sad that she doesn't she feels like I don't know what to do, and she failed to she resorted to calling Umar. That's oh man, that's sad.
A reminder that you're looking for a program for your son and his age. And what I will do is I will check around with some of my contacts. You're in Los Angeles, correct?
I am, but I'm gonna be yeah, if I'm gonna be moving very soon. That's what I was gonna tell you. I'm moving to Florida. I'm trying to actually get him out of the LA area. It's just a lot of bad influence.
So no, like then you got to think about like what part of Florida are you moving to? So that's a huge change. That right there is a huge change. You're going to the other side of the country, and you got to factor in the have has their son ever been to Florida? Are you guys going down there with family, whatnot? So he has someone to help him adjust to this new way because the South is very different from the West. That's a huge culture change that this young man is about to experience. So not only do you don't have anyone in California, hopefully she has someone in Florida to help this young man adjust to his now change. Because if she doesn't, and they're just going out there just to start over in life, well, that puts him he don't even know no fucking body. And what if he's an introvert, or this move causes him to be an introvert? I don't want to say this right here isn't the case, but I believe it is. I don't believe this lady looked into any programs that could be in the area that she's going to move to. If she's on the phone with Umar Johnson, that's if you're moving and you want to get him away from what's going on, then where you're moving to in Florida is going to really matter because you want to move him. You want to move somewhere where those resources are available, and if they're not, you really have to consider that because you calling into Umar Johnson's show or special or whatever you want to call it. Let's let's keep going.
And like LA is just kind of like a really rough city. So I'm trying to move soon. I probably will be gone within the next few months. I've already started packing. Yeah, I've had a lot of issues with him with school and just things that are going on. And as like I said, I'm a single mom. He does not have any family, doesn't have a father in his life, and it's very difficult for me. And I really need help. I've been reaching out to a lot of people, and no one has been responding. I've been sending emails, calling, leaving messages, and I have not been able to get any help. And it's very overwhelming on me right now because I'm trying to save him. I don't want him to end up in trouble or growing up to become
Reason why I paused this. Listen to any when one this lady when we talk when we're talking about young Pharaoh last night. That one was for the men. This one right here is for the women. Really consider, listen to this lady. You can hear it in her voice. She really is concerned, and she really wants to get her son help, and she's really looking for Umar Johnson to be able to do something. Think about this. This is this situation that we're listening to with this lady right now. This is why you can't do everything, but you can't. You cannot. It comes a, a, a point, especially in a little boy's life, where he needs God. Like, if since Umar likes to talk about going back to Africa and the motherland, there's some tribes that once the son is able to start talking, like you walk and talk, they go ahead and put him on the pathway to become the man. I want to say that gets started like at the early age of like 3, 4. No lies. The son is no longer, he's detached from the mom, and he goes with the men. But Umar ain't talking about that. He ain't talking about that though. There comes a time. It's the same thing for look. I'm a single father, and yes, I have a daughter. I have sisters, and if I have females in my life. I'm not in a relationship, but I do have female family members that can help me when the time comes, because I'm a parent, yes, all day long, but there's certain things that I know that my daughter is not going to want to talk to me about, or what, and I need to make sure that I have I have something in place for her. That's my responsibility as a parent. I know as a man, I'm not going to be able to speak to every situation, especially when she grows up and her body starts changing and things like that. I'm not going to be able to speak to her on that. It's the same thing with a young man. When his body starts changing, he starts feeling himself, his testosterone is starting to go through the roof, and now he feel like he can fight and take on anybody. You gotta have somebody to be able to speak to that. And a lot of times women cannot. And these are the this mom that we're listening to is a prime example of what it feels, or what it looks, or I can't even talk. This is serious, man. This is so serious, because a lot of our women are emotional, and when a young man is starting to, he's growing up, he's going through his adolescence and stuff. He's already struggling with his emotions. They all over the place. Testosterone all high, and birds and the bees situations are starting to pop up. A woman can only speak to her son from her point of view as a woman, and he's going to learn how to deal with his emotions per how she deals with hers. And by DNA and structure, the woman is automatically emotional. That's why you have overly emotional ass men walking around today. I promise you, I'm not bashing and being disrespectful. I'm being so 100% honest. If it wasn't the case, if what I'm saying is wrong, that lady shouldn't be on the phone with Umar. She should be able to go ahead and speak and handle what's going on with her son. Even my mom, as a single mom, had to go to the men of the church. It got to a point she couldn't do. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. Listen to this, y'all.
I gotta watch my words. Be like a bad man. So
Understood.
I want him to be a productive, man, and I need. So he really has to have that positive influence in his life. Like he needs a strong, um, positive like mentor. So there were programs that I did try to reach out to people. Nobody ever got back with me.
When you move to Florida, what part of Florida will you be moving to?
I'm gonna be in the Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to live there before, so I'm just kind of familiar with that area. So I'm gonna move back there because I'm kind of familiar with Fort Lauderdale area.
When you get there, reach out to me. I know quite a few people there as well, and I'm pretty sure we could find them a program in South Florida between my connections.
Okay, yeah, because I really need to get him out of LA. Just a lot of
I really
the stuff.
do hope he follow through with that, man. I really hope he really follow through with that. I don't know this lady's walking life and how life took her from Florida all the way to the West Coast, and now she's coming back. But I can say, um, if this, I'm hoping, since she said she's moving back to a familiar area, hopefully there's family, that's there. She did make mention that she said he doesn't have any family, he doesn't have a father figure, so I'm assuming that his dad's side of the family, you know, doesn't know him or they don't get a chance to see him. However that ball bounces, but this is a huge this is a huge situation, because if the young man is already feeling like he don't got nobody, he feels alone. This move from Cali to Florida is gonna be huge. I'm saying it may be good for the mom because she's in familiar territory, so she can move and do things. You know, I'm not saying nothing crazy. I'm just saying she knows she's going to a familiar area, like she said. But if her son is not familiar with the area, it's that's gonna be a even that change is gonna be heavy on him too. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Gain
I
from
hope he
everything,
helped
and
this
then it's
lady.
hard for me because I don't have any family, to support me either. So basically, I'm just in this alone, and I've really been just trying to reach out recently. It's hard for me to deal with him now. Boys start growing up, and it's difficult for a woman by herself to.
Just like I said. Just like I said. She said he's getting into 13, 14. Yep. That's about the age. I remember my mom, she that's when belts she went to swing the belt and I grabbed it. And that's when she started like, all right, so you now old enough to do that. She started knuckling up. She knuckled up. I ain't never hit my mom, but I'm just saying that you have to think as a parent. Since I'm a parent now, you don't you don't want to have to it from a male's perspective. I'm not speaking from that. I'm speaking as a parent. You don't want to have to do that with your child. You don't want to have to fight your child or do anything like that to your child. When it gets to the point to where whoopings don't work anymore, now they feeling like they can fight back, punching holes in walls, and testosterone is raging. And when that happens, as a woman, I've seen this happen. I don't know why it happens, but I would chalk it up to a lack of having a father figure at home. That as soon as her son goes that rage, all she can do is deal with her son the same way that she has been dealing with every man. Her encounter with men, that falls all the way back on how she dealt with relationships. Facts. And why can I say that's facts? Tell me where she gonna get the experience from. If she's never had a father figure, um, she got her uncles and cousins and stuff, but you ain't dealing with them on a daily basis as you would deal with someone that you're in a relationship with. I hope I'm making sense because this is for real. This is another part of what's wrong. It's situations like this that will happen and they don't get talked about. What gets talked about as a woman, I'm independent as a man. I can do everything by myself. I don't need nobody's help. And that's a fucking lie. Even your body tells you, your whole body tells you that it doesn't operate by itself. Your body is made up of different systems: respiratory system, nervous system, digest, digest. You got systems going on inside of you, and each system do different things for the greater good of your body to function. This whole world has been designed that way. So the whole idea of independent is beyond me. Nothing in this world is set up that way. It's not. And until we start healing our families, we will continue to it will be stuff like this. It's sad, man. This is sad. The young Pharaoh situation is sad. How him and his baby mom carrying on online. This situation we hearing with this lady right here, it's sad. It's sad, man. We need some help.
Kind of deal with it.
We need some help.
Around the wrong influence. So
I got you.
I've really been having a hard time, trying to keep him on track, and it's just getting difficult. He's not listening to me,
See?
and it's just getting worse.
No
Because
problem.
when she get mad, all she can do, and even though it's out of love, all she can do is it's no disrespect, but her son is feeling like she's nagging him, and she's feeling like he's turned into a man that don't. It's man, it's sad, man. This is sad. Her son is turning into the type of man that she don't even want to deal with. Just like I said, about young Pharaoh's kids, they are raising and grooming these children to be the very same people they don't want to be in a relationship with. The way Pharaoh talks to the kid's mom in front of them, and the way she carries on during her pettiness with the children on social media, talking crazy about them. They both doing playing a part in that. Then you got to think about all the the women that's raising their sons to be they're called son husbands. I remember I was talking to this young lady, trying to see where the relationship would go if it would be a relationship. And she had a son. Well, she has a son. And we we're talking in the living room, and her son, he came in and asked her something, and she told the little boy to do whatever it is he came and asked, but he wanted her to do it. And I noticed that he would throw a tantrum, start throwing a tantrum, and she was like, "Okay, okay," and she would give in and do it. And I'm like, "Huh, interesting. This is this is one of those situations to where he didn't want, like, he wanted her attention away from me. That's what it ultimately resulted in, because she kept on saying, when you ain't here, he don't even be wanting me this much. Like, he getting on my nerves. He don't be asking for me this much. And so I know that's natural, as a, it's just how kids do. But one thing you gotta think about is, how is how it, can you blended family? Can we have blended families? I've seen so many cases where the children see how um the mom's relationship goes down, the fighting, the name calling, all of that, and they say, they don't want their mom going through that. And so every person or guy that she tries to hook up with, her son acts a way to run the guy off. It's all type of shit to be going on out here with this. I've seen it. I've literally seen um women have baby and their sons, all the way to the point to where um he's spoiled. Just, you have some women that want their sons to be babies, even when their s- their son is a pre-teenager. You have some women that don't see them past toddler stage and will still treat them like they're babies. 8, 9, 10-year old sons. And you might get into an argument with your significant other or your baby mama or whatnot. Stop babying that boy. He need to be putting on deodorant and stuff like that. No, he don't need to wear deodorant now. It's not time. Boy, 10 years old. So you want to wait until he starts smelling and being funky before you realize that you don't have a baby no more. You have a young man. This is why it's important. It's crucial, super crucial, that you realize and you understand that you you can't do this by yourself. And until we start healing the black family again, and bringing it back and making it popular, we're going to keep raising dysfunctional people, because we're operating in dysfunction. And you can't try to take the few um success stories and try to make it, well, it happened to them so it can happen to me. No, that's not normal. You get more results that the family torn apart is hurting. A few success stories is just that. These are a few that made it through the cracks. The exception is not the normal. And that's another thing we got to stop doing. Stop trying to take the exception because some was able to, parent by themselves and their children turned out just fine, and try to make that the normal, because it's not working. I could, man. This is one of those topics I keep going all day on this for real.
Stay in contact with me. What month you looking at being down there?
I really hope he
I'm
helps
gonna
us
try to
later.
be there after the first of the year, so hopefully by because my birthday is in February. I want to already be gone and down there before February. So probably I'll say maybe end of January, beginning of February, because I still have to do like my 30-day notice and all that stuff. So I'm still packing and everything. So I haven't put my notice in, but yeah, I'll definitely be there by February for sure. End of
Okay.
January.
Okay. Well, keep me posted, and we will make it
Okay.
happen.
All right, and don't forget who I am because I really need help. I really
Ah, man, I hate to do it. It's a man that has been going to Umar Johnson lectures every lecture for over 10 years, a full decade. This man has been going to every single Umar Johnson lecture. Umar don't know this man. I can tell you, I can tell you, as sure as I'm a black, if he don't go ahead and give her the resources now, by the time before she can hang up, he don't forgot about it. This is why we talk about Umar, man. This is why you gotta. This is why we bring up this saga because it be real people, real life situations that he say. How many boys did I've seen? I've saved from miseducation, and every time we see a parent calling in with a major concern, we see him not helping. He's not helping. Not helping. Serious. Why can't you give resources now? She needs them now. You telling her to text you tomorrow or text you tomorrow and you gonna send her some no, no. By the time you get off the phone, lady, he don't know you. And he's not gonna respond because he don't respond to half of the stuff he say. Unless you are a loyal donor. Also, I could say he's not gonna help because if he was gonna help, he would go ahead and give you the help now, not make you wait for the help. It's sad, man. It's sad. This is sad as hell.
been reaching out, to a lot of people trying to, get help, and nobody has really been, getting back with to help me. So I'm trying to save him because I don't want him to go to jail. Like he almost recently went to jail with the situation that happened at school with him getting into an altercation with another kid.
I got
And he
you.
got expelled from the school. Yeah, so like I'm really, really worried and concerned for my son.
I got you, Queen. We gonna make it happen. I promise. Just make sure you hit me once you get there.
Okay, I definitely will. Do you know any people that are in the LA area now that could possibly help
Yes. I
my
still
move?
want you to send me that text message tomorrow.
Okay, with my name and information and
Yes,
what else
and
did
just
you need?
remind me of his age and that you're looking for a program for him. Just give me a quick couple
Oh,
sentences so I can remember, and I'm gonna reach out to some people tomorrow.
No, why can't you
okay.
do it now, man? I told y'all. I'm telling y'all, but he's not. He he. If I get one more person to come over to this chat saying that Umar Johnson is helping the people when we see him trying his best to get out of trying to help somebody, he ain't trying to help this lady. He's sitting here wearing crocodile and crocodile heads and rocks and shit, man. Not trying to help people. What kind of shit is this?
Okay, are we private or are we live right now?
We
Or
are
you
live,
already?
Instagram and Facebook. This is a live teleconference.
He want
Okay,
her to get off the phone. He's like he looking up. Please get her off the phone.
well, I'm not gonna say any names. Okay, All right, I got you.
Okay. We'll wrap tomorrow, Queen.
Thank you so much.
All right now. Be blessed. All right.
Sigh of relief right here. Let me blow this up on the screen.
You're listening to the Dr. Umar Underground Railroad Black Parent Teleconference where we help our children.
3, 1, 0.
Where we help our children. Where you saying, call me tomorrow, and I start looking up the information for you. This damn shame.
0.
Okay. If you have a question, 215-989-9858. Text your name, your city, and your state, and I will call you. All right. Black Parent Teleconference, special pre-Christmas break edition.
This is crazy, y'all.
Hello?
Peace and love, Sister Maureen. This is Dr. Umar. How are you, Queen?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
All right. And you're in St. Louis, Missouri?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me what's going on with your son.
Well, I've had him, I guess, in special education for the last year.
For the last year? What grade? What grade is he in now?
So he's still preschool. I want to say moving on to pre-K.
Okay, so he's been in special ed since what age and for which disability?
No disability. At first, he was in an early childhood program.
Okay.
Then they later transferred him over to the school.
Okay. How old is he now?
He's 4.
Okay, because federal special ed begins at 3. Now, the state of Missouri may have a special ed program for children under 3, but federal special ed begins at 3. But in any event, what is his disability? What is he? He has an IEP right now?
Man, my whole thing is,
for what disability?
I'm just going to be honest. A motherfucker talking to me with a goddamn alligator skull wrapped around his throat. I'm not going to take your ass serious about nothing.
Nope.
Like, the hell are you doing, man? This is like snake oil doctor vibes. This is giving me straight doctor.
I really haven't been able to. I haven't stated it.
Why are you looking like that?
Really seen the forms where it stated disability.
Why you look like it, y'all? Hold on. Y'all see that? Look.
What is his disability?
Look at his face.
He has an IEP right now?
Yes, he has IEP.
For what disability?
I really haven't been able to. I haven't stated a disability.
You know, Tariq be talking about them folks that be bucking their ass. Umar Johnson, you cooning right now. You got the coon ass right now.
But I haven't really seen the forms where it stated disability in the forms either.
Okay. If he has an IEP, the IEP states a disability, and you need to know what that is, because we don't want a young brother that age in special ed unnecessarily. We need to know why he's there. Is he a
we need
speech
to
and
know
language student?
When the school going?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Is he speech and language only? In other words, is his IEP strictly for him to be pulled out by the speech pathologist to receive speech and language services?
Is it?
Yes. Well, it may be sensory as well. I want to say it's
okay.
Speech. I'm sorry, I really don't have all my info together.
Then why did you ask the man to call you?
Yeah, we gotta.
Come on now.
That's certain things
tough.
that black parents have to get better.
I gotta say something about that, because I'm like, why would you call? You ain't got none of the information.
Knowing how long they've been in special ed, knowing when the next IEP is due. Those are things that we should know.
Okay. So I have his recent IEP report. Let's see here. It says annual goal motor. Caden will increase
You think
visual
it's a
motor
stage
skills
call?
by
It could be.
demonstrating the following objectives: 75% of opportunities by the end of IEP. Um,
It's normally on the first or second page. The
It's normally on
disability.
the first or second page.
okay.
It'll say speech and language impairment, specific learning disability, autism, emotional disturbance, intellectual disability, hearing impairment, multiple disabilities, other health impairment, orthopedic impairment.
Okay, measurable benchmarks, optional, alternate.
Yeah, she bullshitting.
Let's skim through.
You bullshitting like
Emotional increase. It seems like it's for pretty
it's,
much
y'all. You think
it's
it's
just
stage two?
progress support. It's not.
If you think this is a stage call, put a 2 in the chat. If you don't think it's stage, put a 3 in the
So
chat.
he has goals for almost, I want to say, every area. It says cognition and
Put a
adaptive.
2. If you don't, put a 3.
Communication will increase. But I'm not seeing the part where it states the actual disability.
Wait, what the 2s and 3s at? What the 2s and 3s at? What
Question: Do you
y'all
have
say?
the evaluation that preceded the IEP? So first your son was evaluated, then he received the IEP. Do you have the evaluation?
As of right now, no, because I did that over a year ago.
Okay.
I know I kept it, but I don't know where.
Okay, I need you to get a copy of his evaluation in case you want me to take a look at it. You need to have it anyway. All you have to do is contact the special ed liaison, director, teacher, coordinator, and tell her you need a copy of his evaluation, his early intervention evaluation that led to the IEP. You could request a complete copy of your son's record, but because he's so young, he may not have much of a record. But if you think there's a lot there and there's more than just the eval you want, you can write a letter to the director of the preschool program he's in and just request a complete copy of his records to include all academic testing, behavioral, special education classroom, standardized testing data. Ask them when can it be ready and if there's a cost associated with your request. That's actually a federal right that you have under the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act of 1974. So you have a right to a complete copy of his record. You just have to put it in writing. And they have 45 days to provide you with it. Okay. But you have my number. So once you get that eval, please get back in touch with me. If he's speech only, he's okay. If he's speech only, he's okay. I just want to make sure he don't have no other disability heading into kindergarten, although it sounds like he's probably a year or two away from kindergarten, but we really don't want him loaded down with disabilities before he shows us what he can do in the regular kindergarten classroom.
He don't know. He just talking about some shit off the top of his head from when he was doing the evaluations all them years ago. He ain't evaluated nobody no time soon. Man,
Understood.
hold the phone. Hold the phone. We had Lisa Johnson join the pull-up team. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the pull-up team, Lisa Johnson. There's room for more.
Thank you so much for calling me.
No problem, Queen. Keep me posted. All right now. We have to know the disabilities, family. We have to know the disabilities. Dr. Umar, can we please talk? I am not a groupie. Okay.
Man. I can't stand that damn church.
Please leave your message for 41.
You have a question, parents? Text your name, city, and state to 215-989-9858.
Hello?
Peace and love. Was it Sister Catherine?
Yes, it's Sister Catherine. How are you?
How are you, Queen? You still there, Sister Catherine?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Please go forward and let me know what's going on.
So the situation is my son.
Turn your phone up, Sister Catherine. You're a little low.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So the situation is my son is 9, and just recently he started dating a white girl in his class.
Your son is 9 and he just started dating a white girl.
Her son is 9 and he just started dating a white girl. That's some heavy stuff right there.
You still there, Sister Catherine?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Here comes the
let
call.
me know what's going on.
The 9-year-old with the snow bunny crisis.
The situation is my son.
Turn your phone up, Sister Catherine. You're a little low.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So the situation is my son is 9, and just recently he started dating a white girl in his class.
Your son is 9 and he just started dating a white girl.
Yes.
Okay, what grade is he in?
4th.
Okay.
And now we've had kind of conversations about it, just kind of asking him, well, what does he find interesting about her? And because the entire thing is, I don't want to mess up his first experience, but
his first experience. Wait a minute. At the age of 9. 9-year-olds are having first experiences. What the hell is what you look? See, that's what I be talking about right there. Cause some parents they fast in the ass and their kids fast in the ass too. 9-year-old getting first, you stay the hell away from my take your hot ass on. Damn 9. I I I I asked my son is 10. I asked him. He's still at that age. He finds girls being pretty, but he's still on that. I would rather play, and I'm still in that phase with him. I gotta keep my son's head on his shoulders. I don't want him getting caught up these pissy ass little girls and hiding ass parents. Talking about messing up his first experience at the age of goddamn 9. What the hell?
I also want him to understand that it's unacceptable. You cannot date a white person.
Wow. This is major for a 9. This call finna go straight sideways. Go ahead and get ready. This finna be crazy.
For the many reasons I've been teaching him since he was 4. So at this point, I'm not really sure what to do. His father is okay with interracial dating, and I don't even have a support group with other
She gotta be
people in my
trolling.
community that also feel the same way as I do.
But I don't
so
think she is.
I don't really have anyone to tap into.
Okay, so he's 9 years old. Is that the 4th grade?
Yes.
He's dating a white girl. Well, one of the issues you have is that the father is not opposed to the snow bunny crisis. His father is okay with him dating a white girl. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue because the two of you are not on the same page. Are you and the father still together?
No, we are not, but we are co-parenting.
Understood, understood. So one of the issues you have is he's going to receive two different messages. A message from you saying you need to be loyal to black women, and a message to his father basically letting him know that being colorblind in his dating choices is perfectly acceptable. So that's a problem because he's going to get two different
Wow,
messages
man.
from two different parents. For me, I don't think your object is to try to drown out the father's argument, but it is to get your son to understand yours. With that being said, what type of school does he go to? Is this public, private, charter? Are the students mostly white?
Wow.
What do we know about the school?
So the school is a public school, and it is in a district that is majority white. His classroom has majority white people.
So what do you
And then,
expect?
this is also
See,
another
see,
connotation.
see this. See, see, see. You send the boy to school with predominantly white girls, and you get mad because he is wanting. He got some jungle fever going on. I just don't understand. It's like putting a kid in a room full of candy, cake, all that, all type of sweets, and then saying, "Don't touch it. You are not allowed to eat anything you see." Like, really think about this. This is man.
And I said, well, do you find any of the black girls in your classroom? And he's, said pretty adamantly, no, not really, just her. He's had a white teacher since the second grade. I think he's had one black teacher, no, two black teachers, no male black teachers. But he has been in schools where it's been predominantly white. So I guess what you're kind of suggesting is because it's in his environment, right?
Right.
See,
It's his environment.
See,
Here,
so that right there lets you know she know you gonna put the boy in an environment where it's predominantly white girls, and you gonna get mad at him. You need to be dating black girls. What? When is he gonna experience that? This be the stupidest shit, man. You can't make this stuff up.
here's a bigger picture. Because he's only 9, for me, because he's not at the age where nature is urging him to reproduce himself. He's still prepubescent. Yeah. I see this more as a playmate than a girlfriend. Although he may call her a girlfriend, we know that those two will not be engaging in the types of activities that they may have engaged in had they been 12 or 13. So I see her more as a playmate than a girlfriend just because he's 9. So for me, I'm not as concerned at this point. I'm not as concerned at this point. I think what you could do, though, is use this relationship that he has with the white girl to try to educate him about the differences in our culture and their culture, as well as to educate him as to why it is more favorable when he gets to that age to start seriously considering women in a relationship, why it's more favorable to choose a woman of his own race. So for me, I wouldn't be opposed to him having a playmate. She's really a playmate because he's 9. There's really no potential for sexual
This is
relations
weird.
of any.
This is weird. This is weird, man. This is weird. It's always weird. People, you hearing people talk about sex and kids in the same sentence, unless you're talking about as adults, making the babies, not kids having. I don't even want to say it, man. Come on, dog. What are you talking about, man?
Any kind really at this point. So I see it more as a learning opportunity for him and one that you
Yeah, you
can
gotta say all
exploit
that.
to help drive home some of the messages you want him to understand about interracial.
Yeah, man.
So
Look,
what I'm just
that's
hearing
what
you
I'm saying.
say
A minute
is
age.
to help him to
It's
relabel
crazy.
the word girlfriend or
Absolutely. That would definitely be one of those teachable moments. She's not your girlfriend, she's your playmate.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's extremely helpful. Wow.
And I also think it would be a good idea for you to start, and you don't have to beat him over the head with it, but I think it's time for you to start teaching him about his African ancestors, the male and female ancestors. Uh, Teach him about the Harriet Tubmans, the Fannie Lou Hamers, the Ida B. Wells. Um, I'm not a fan of people like Condoleezza Rice and Kamala Harris, but at the same time, for the purpose we would be using them for, I wouldn't be opposed to you even teaching him about those types of Black women. He needs to increase his appreciation of Black women. And again, we're not saying this
Dude,
Pan-Africanism, peace and
what the hell?
Pan-Africanism,
How
good
did
Garvey Day
that happen?
brothers and sisters. This is Dr. Umar
I just
Ifatunde.
said they done
You'll
started
educate him as to why it is more favorable when he gets to that age to start seriously considering women in a relationship, why it's more favorable to choose a woman of his own race. So for me, I wouldn't be opposed to him having a playmate. She's really a playmate because he's 9. There's really no potential for sexual uh, relations of any kind, really, at this point. So I see it more as a learning opportunity for him, and one that you can exploit to help drive home some of the messages you want him to understand about interracial dating.
So what I'm just hearing you say is to help him to relabel the word girlfriend, or
Absolutely. That would definitely be one of those teachable moments. She's not your girlfriend, she's your playmate.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's extremely helpful. Wow.
And I also think it would be a good idea for you to start, and you don't have to beat him over the head with it, but I think it's time for you to start teaching him about his African ancestors, the male and female ancestors. Teach him about the Harriet Tubmans, the Fannie Lou Hamers, the Ida B. Wells. I'm not a fan of people like Condoleezza Rice and Kamala Harris, but at the same time, for the purpose we would be using them for, I wouldn't be opposed to you even teaching him about those types of Black women. He needs to increase his appreciation of Black women. And again, we're not saying this in the strict sense because he's still a baby. He's only 9, but it's never too early to start teaching our children the importance of loyalty to their race. And it's never too early to teach our boys the importance of loyalty to the Black woman.
Yes. I just wanted to say that we've had those conversations as well. We talk about our ancestors all the time, who our family is, where they come from, what country in West Africa, things of that nature. Now, I haven't dived into the atrocities of, the Holocaust that we went through, but I have put a very large amount of priority on Black-minded thoughts. We're doing this because for our race, or we're doing this because for our people. So, just drilling that into him. Okay.
And when he turns 11, you can make sure he come on my Black College and Consciousness tour.
That would be amazing. Wow.
Yeah. We're not going to politicize him just yet. The agenda right now is to really show him our greatness so he can develop a greater appreciation of Black men and Black women and why they need to be together. And you probably also need to show Black couples, successful Black couples, as well as ordinary in the neighborhood Black couples. He needs to see more examples of Black love because, as you know, it seems to be illegal to show the Black love on television anymore. All the shows and all the commercials are either same sex or interracial. So you need to drive home examples of Black love. And if you got to give them the Obamas, you can give them the Obamas too, because we're not doing it for their political behavior. We're doing it for their family behavior.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you talking with me, Dr. Umar. Really, really, truly. It's definitely helped me out. Because,
No problem. Quick question, Queen. The father is Black as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was just making sure the father wasn't white because that would further heighten the contradictions between your views and his. So, okay. So, yes. Black mother, Black father. Great.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Will do, Queen.
All right, thank you again, Dr.
No problem, sweetie. Take care. All right. Good evening, Mrs. Jenkins. Dr. Umar, how are you, Queen?
Hi, Dr. Umar. I'm doing very well.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And you're also in Los Angeles, California, correct?
Yes, I am, unfortunately.
Okay, so tell me
I'm
what happened
glad
with
that
your daughter.
shit is over with because that was a crazy call.
She got suspended for 5 days because she had a physical altercation with a white girl at school.
Okay. And what was that altercation over?
My daughter told me that her and her friends were receiving texts from, I guess, a mutual, I guess the white girl is a mutual friend of one of theirs or something. Mm-hmm. And they all got a group text with a screenshot showing that the white girl said that she doesn't like black people, they should all be lynched. And my daughter is kind of militant like her mother. Mm-hmm. So she went to go and look for the girl specifically to fight her. Mm-hmm. And my daughter also told me that the security,
the power of the alligator,
followed her to the fight to try to stop her, but he couldn't. He couldn't stop her. Who called you a dumb A? The security? Okay, she's just telling me this right now. I'm getting pieces of it as the days go by. But she said that the security guard followed her to the fight. So apparently he knew why she was going to fight the girl. However, when I got the call, I wasn't told what happened. I wasn't told that there was any racial threats involved. I was actually told by my daughter that they told her to just pick her up outside of the school. I didn't need to come in, and the security guard would meet me outside. And I asked him, I said, well, did the other girl get suspended? This is before I knew anything racial happened. And he said, yeah. Basically brushed me off. So I waited till I got home and asked my daughter, everything that happened. And then that's when I found out that all this was behind it. So my question to you is this something that I should report to the school, even though they already know, or since they already know, should I go over their heads and make a formal complaint to the district? I don't even know how to go about this.
Okay, there's a couple things. First off, this is a public school.
Yes, it is. A public high school.
Okay, it's in what type of community? Predominantly Black, Mexican?
No, it's I live in the high desert of California, so there's a lot of white. It's a white school, predominantly white. Yes.
And your daughter is in what grade?
She's in the 9th grade. This is her first year there.
First year there, predominantly white school, predominantly white teachers as well, correct?
Yes, as far as I can see, yes.
Okay, couple things. Number one, you need to get the district code of conduct.
I'm writing that down.
Get the school district code of conduct and find out what specifically it states as a first punishment for fighting. Mm-hmm. And then you also want to see what it specifically states as a punishment for making threats.
Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, who did she text? How do we know she texted this?
That's what I was asking my daughter. I was asking my daughter if there's any way you can get in contact with your friend so that I can get the actual screenshot of the text.
Was it sent to someone? Do we know?
Yes, it was definitely sent to a few of the young ladies.
Okay, but it wasn't sent to your daughter?
No.
Okay, but your daughter knows the names of those who
her daughter done instigated some shit. She didn't even know if it was really from the girl or not.
And you need to see what it says for someone making threats as well as racial slurs. Because you said she wished that all the black children would be lynched. What did she say?
She said, I don't like black people. And then she said, this is what my daughter told me verbatim. The text, the screenshot said, I don't like black people. You should all be lynched.
I don't like black people. That's the racial slur.
That,
you should all be lynched. That's the physical threat, the threat of physical violence.
That's crazy. What I thought. Now, could that possibly be the reason why they didn't even deal with me and they tried to kind of like push me on?
Absolutely, because
he don't
put it this way. Man. If your daughter said something like that about the LGBTQ or about the white students, she would be referred for expulsion. Technically, that white girl should be getting referred for an expulsion. Not only, now the racial slur would get her a suspension, but the fact that she said you all need to be lynched, that right there, the wishing of death on an entire race of people, that is zero tolerance, because it is a threat of violence. She could technically be referred for an expulsion by the district. So what you need to do is when did this happen?
This happened week before last.
Week before last. Okay. You need to formulate a letter ASAP, because we're coming up on Thanksgiving break, and then you got Christmas 3 weeks later. You need to handle, they need a letter from you this month, the same month as the incident. Say that again.
I'm taking it. I'm gonna type up the letter tonight, and I'm gonna take it to them tomorrow.
Okay, here's my question though. Okay, this is what you need to do. When you type up your letter, you should be able to find the student code of conduct on the district's website. You need to quote from it. In other words, you need to say, according to the district code of conduct, the use of a racial slur, first offense, earns you 5 days of suspension. I want to know if that woman received that, if the other child received that, the child who provoked the incident. Then I would also say, according to the student code of conduct, anyone who threatens physical bodily harm or death, because this wasn't just physical bodily harm. She said lynch, that's death. So anyone who threatens or wishes death upon a child, what is the punishment for that? And it'll probably say something like temporary expulsion or permanent expulsion. And you need to then ask in that letter, was this child exposed? Because according to the code of conduct, was this child referred for expulsion? Because according to the code of conduct, that's what should have happened. So you want to use the code of conduct in your letter to ask, is this what happened to the other child? Because if it didn't, this is an incident of white privilege, where the child is being protected from being punished for what she did because she's white in the victim's
no, hell no.
And let me also say to you that depending on how they respond, and you'll be able to keep me posted.
You can't make this shit up, man.
Depending on how they respond, you might need to write a your next step, because this is a letter. This right here could go to the principal, but you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking your letter goes to the superintendent. I'm thinking your letter, find out the superintendent, their address, because you can call the office and get the email, but I also recommend that you send a certified signature confirmation letter from the post office, because it's the only way you can prove they actually got it. So I would email one, and I would send a certified one. I would address my letter to the superintendent, and I would carbon copy.
She finna get her daughter expelled. She gonna get expelled.
And if you wanted to, because this is pretty serious, so if you wanted to, you could also carbon copy the mayor of your city, and even some of your elected officials. And I'm gonna tell you why. That girl upon black people and all of the black students in that school. She wished a hate crime upon your child, and that's why I believe copy the mayor, your state rep, your state senator, your U.S. rep, and your U.S. senator. That text message was a hate crime. And the question is, what
the U.S. representative
when a hate crime, the threat of a hate crime has been made by one student against an entire race of other students? That's the question that needs to be asked in your letter. Your letter needs to be strong, professional, non-emotional, but strong.
Okay, got it. I'm writing all of this down. Now, do you mind?
This lady taking her kid all the way fail, man.
No, you can send it to me so I can look at it before you send it in. My email address is
Man.
DRUMARJOHNSON. DRUMARJOHNSON at yahoo.com. No period after the doctor, and I'll look at it. But please quote from that student code of conduct.
Man.
And I think you should carbon copy at least 2 elected representatives.
This
now, the
dude
mayor
don't do that
doesn't
shit.
have any legal authority over the schools because education is a
Don't do
state
that, man.
right
Don't do that.
and a local function. So the mayor, the state runs the schools, not the mayor, but the mayor has influence over what they do there. You know, but your state rep and your state senator,
Go ahead and
they are
CC
the
the
most
United
responsible
Nations.
because they actually legislate what happens in the schools. So your state politicians are the ones who actually are in control of education. And then your federal ones, they have your U.S. rep and your U.S. senator, they have an interest in the schools because they have to make sure federal law is upheld in the schools. And in this case, you're looking at whether or not potentially federal hate crimes law could be brought to bear in this case. She made a threat of death. She wished that all Black children be lynched. But here's the other thing too, Queen. Here's the other thing too. And this is why you may have to delay your letter by 1 day, possibly. You have to make sure your daughter's story is straight and accurate because she cannot have you looking like a fool.
Man, you finna look.
So what I would do, is I would make your daughter, unless you want to do it, but make her write out what happened.
Okay.
Play by play, or you can type it out as she tells you. But she got to know her story because the worst thing that can happen is you send a letter in, carbon copy all these elected officials, and then they say something didn't actually happen or she didn't actually say that, and your daughter say, well, that's what they told me she said. You got to make sure your daughter is giving you what she knows. For example, did your daughter ever read the text?
Yeah, she said I did ask her that. She said she did see it with her own eyes.
Okay, she saw it. Okay, good. Have her write
the Power Rangers
step by step what happened and let her know the importance of being accurate because I've seen
the goddamn
parents
Batman
move off on what their child said only to find out that the child didn't have the facts right. We can't afford that.
CC Tyrone and tell him to come and get his shit
next
like
step
Erica
is the letter,
said.
And we're going to see how they respond to it. Address it to the superintendent, carbon copy to the principal.
Y'all crazy, man.
I would probably do state. You could do all 4. You could do state rep, U.S. rep, state senator, and U.S. senator. You might even want to do the mayor as well. That's 5.
Okay.
You could do them all. Something like this, I would. The reason I need you to take this serious because if the tables were turned,
crazy, man.
If your daughter wished death on all white people, she would be brought up for expulsion right now. I have no doubt because we are under zero tolerance in America's public schools. You cannot make threats of violence against other people.
Gotta CC
that is automatic. You gotta
make sure you get
black
CC
who were expelled for saying they wanted to hurt somebody.
You gotta get on
3 and 4-year-olds. This is a high school child wishing racial violence against an entire group of people. This got to be taken seriously. We're going to give them a chance to act after you do your letter. I'll take a look.
CC Burlington Co-Factory. It's getting cold out.
Yes, if they don't respond, then the
gotta
next
get
goes
them
to the United States
in
Department
there
of
because
Education,
they're gonna provide
Office of Civil Rights
when it's time for
demanding an investigation.
Okay.
CC Burlington
Thank you so much.
Okay, and one more thing I want you to do is I want you to call the police and ask them, is this incident something that the child can be arrested for or at least brought up on charges for?
Okay, just a general question. Okay.
Yes, call them and ask them and see.
Now, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep you. My last
CC Ronald McDonald, because y'all some damn clowns.
We live in a small town. We live in
man, CC the goddamn circus.
A white enclave.
Barnum and Bailey.
There's black people here. There's diversity, but this is really a small town.
Is there a man in the house?
No.
Okay.
No.
Who do you live around? Do you live around other black folks?
Yeah, I do.
I would make them aware of what's going on. Make them aware you're going to need them to be looking out for you, looking out for the house, make everybody in the neighborhood who is of our race family, make them aware of what's going on so they can be on the lookout for you. And if you don't have it already, Queen, go and get you a weapon. You need to have a weapon in the house. You don't need a license to have a weapon in your home. That's a constitutional. Right. Oh, you already have it?
Yes.
Okay, so you're good in that front. Okay. And what I also think you should do, you and your princess, is start going to the range and just practicing a little bit.
Okay.
This is
all righty. Thank you so very much for calling me back.
Indeed.
I apologize.
And no problem. And get your license to carry too.
Just
if I can. Okay.
Just carbon
if you can.
copy.
I just got mine renewed.
Carbon copy
Yeah,
everybody in the world, man.
All righty. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
Carbon
no
copy
problem.
everybody, man.
All right now. You be blessed.
All right.
All right.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Dude, this is funny.
Yes, indeed. We got to intensify the struggle. We got to intensify the struggle.
These phone calls, man. This shit crazy, man.
Hello?
Yes, Brother Johnny, this is Dr. Umar. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, sir.
All right. Tell me what's going on with your child.
Yeah, so I missed you in Capitol Heights. I'm in Maryland.
Yes, sir.
My son is basically, he doesn't have any reading disabilities or anything of that nature, but he didn't tell me, but he told my mother that he has a hard time sitting still. I've gotten a few kind of inquiries from his teacher of him not sitting still, not being able to kind of sit still in class.
What grade is he
But
in?
He's in the second grade.
Second graders don't usually sit still in class, but go ahead.
So that's where I was kind of trying to understand, because my mother's like, he told her basically he just can't sit still, and so I'm on the fence, like, well, it's not. I mean, kids don't sit still, but
oh man, what makes it? Why do people just think just all of a sudden? Let me call Umar Johnson.
I take care of my children.
This is man.
But I just want to tell him to sit his butt down, right? But it must be something else. I've gotten him these fidget toys, like a fidget necklace.
Okay.
To just kind of mess with the little fidget toys, but
these folks crazy.
Kind of on the fence.
What kind of teacher he has? Black or white? Who does teacher?
White teacher.
White teacher. The school. Okay, you said he's in the second grade. What is it? Predominantly white school.
It is not. It's probably mixed.
Mixed with what? Hispanic, black, white, black, Rican.
Hispanic, black, and white.
Hispanic, black, and white. The students.
Yes.
But the teachers are mostly white.
The teachers are mostly white.
Okay, and his teacher is white.
Yes.
Okay, couple things. Number one, under no circumstances would I, if I were in your position, sir, would I consent to them trying to get me to take my child to a psychologist or psychiatrist for an ADHD evaluation? Now, we do not evaluate for ADHD inside the school. That is evaluated for at the clinic. But once the child is diagnosed with ADHD or conduct disorder or oppositional defiant disorder or any of the disruptive behavior disorders, once you bring that evaluation to the school, they can now use it to special educate your son. So again, they cannot diagnose it, but once you bring the report into the school, they can use it. So I would not consent to an ADHD evaluation, because if you get that label put on your son, they will use Child Protective Services to force you to medicate him. And you don't want him suffering from the side effects of that Ritalin, that Adderall, that Concerta, or that Metadate. That stuff ain't nothing but crack. So do not get him evaluated. That's number one. Number
this
two,
is terrible.
You may need to hire a psychologist or behavior specialist in your area to go into your child's classroom and observe the class. Why do you need to do that? Because right now you are totally dependent on the words coming out of the teacher's mouth, and you don't know if they're true or not. You don't know if she got an issue with black kids, black people, black boys.